Hi. So, I'm trying to tell my story about getting help for my daughter in New Jersey, which is very difficult. Um, so, this is part one of my story. I like to talk about what I go through, from the beginning, you know, trying to help other people if they need help. Uh, but my story is that my daughter was hospitalized at 17 years old. She started at 17 and she was addicted to, uh, I guess it was medication at first. She was addicted to some medication and I guess, over the counter. And she spent her time at ATOP, which was about a month. Well, not even a month. So when she first started, just to go back, um, I like to say this to parents is that to not let your kids sleep over anywhere. Don't let your kids sleep over in anyone's house. That is a big no no. Even if the kid has like high honors or whatever, the kid's in the soccer team, cheerleading team, whatever, if your kid has a bed at home, there's no need for a sleepover. There really isn't. The sleepover is a gateway to many things. And sleepovers in big houses, nice big mansions, medium high class homes, that doesn't matter. you know Kids from the suburbs are very prone to do drugs just as much as kids from the urban areas. So get that out of your head, that because you live in the suburbs you're not going to try anything. Because I thought the same thing. I thought, oh, I'm going to drop off my daughter to a nice house. I don't really need to talk to the parents. I trust my daughter. You know, she's gonna go and she's gonna, watch movies, you know, whatever, talk about whatever they want to talk about in high school. I'm not thinking that they're gonna go and try to get cocaine or ecstasy pills or anything like that. Because obviously I lived in a nice neighborhood and the houses were very nice. So I didn't think anything of it. I didn't even think about talking to the parents sometimes because I was like, okay, whatever. I'll see you in the morning. So that was a big mistake on my part, and I should have never done that. Um, the other thing is, like, during the time that my daughter was a teenager, the Jersey Shore had come out. And because the Jersey Shore had come out, there was a big thing going on with clubbing for teens. Um, and I would say that that's a big no no, because even though you think that your teens are innocently going in there to just, dance and everything, that's not the truth. They're not going in there to dance. They might be, some of them, but most of that is just hooking up. There's a lot of boys there, obviously, and the girls, they're trying to mimic what they see on TV. So at the time, my daughter, she used to say, oh, mom, I want to go to teen club, whatever, teen night, whatever. And my daughter was pretty shy. So when I started seeing this side of her, I was very excited, because I thought, oh my God, my daughter's coming out of her shell. I thought there were problems with my daughter at the time. I thought maybe she had a learning disability, or she had some kind of, which she did, she had a slight learning disability. But I thought maybe she just wasn't able to be socially, normal. So when I started seeing her become normal, I started, I was excited. I was like, wow, my daughter's normal. She's starting to make friends. She wants to go dancing, and in my mentality, I was like, okay, what's the big deal? She's with a group of people. She's going to have fun. This is what I've never done as a teenager. At least she gets to do that. At least she gets to have some fun. So when she started going clubbing, I didn't think it was a big deal. I dropped her off. I dropped her friends off together. So I wasn't afraid, because I was a parent, dropping them off. And I was like, okay, I'll pick you up at this time, and I would pick her up. Teen night was on Saturdays or Fridays. So I thought it was just innocent, and it wasn't. There were boys there, obviously. I knew there were boys there. I'm not stupid, but I didn't think anything of it. Again, I trusted my daughter. I spoke to her about things, so I wasn't really worried about it. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, whatever. She's, just gonna go dancing, maybe talk to some, of course there's boys there. She's beautiful, so she's gonna end up talking to boys. But I didn't think, oh, they're going to hook up or anything like that. Um, so that's how it started. And then these boys were from different areas, different cities, and then they exchanged numbers. And I guess that's the beginning of the process. You exchange numbers with people, they're from different parts of the city, they think you're pretty. So it starts out like that. So my daughter also went to Wayne Valley High School, which is a high school in Wayne, obviously. And at the time, early 2004, something like that. Sorry, 2012. Thinking about my sister. 2012, my daughter started smoking marijuana. Now, marijuana was a big thing back then. So a lot of times, like I said, I didn't really think that my daughter was doing anything. She was dressing nice. Her hair was nice. She was doing her makeup. She was just like a normal teenager. She was becoming a normal teenager. And for me, that was like great, because I was like, wow, she's experiencing like, things that I, as myself as a teenager, I never had the opportunity to do. I wasn't popular. I wasn't whatever. She was having friends. I thought, she's pretty cool. So for me, I didn't see the signs, but part of the signs is dressing up. She wasn't dressing provocatively because I wouldn't allow that, but she was dressing nice. She was just putting on makeup. She was dressing like a teenager, so I didn't think anything of it, you know. But there were things happening behind the high school that I didn't know about. There was pot smoking, people going across the street during lunch, getting drugs, you know. And I learned about this. I was at work, and I had gotten a call from the principal, and principal had told me, "Oh, you got to pick up your daughter's phone. Your daughter was using the phone, so we have it. You have to pick it up." So I went to work. I got off of work, and I went to grab her phone, and I'm looking through her BlackBerry at the time because I remember it was a BlackBerry that I got her. And I'm looking at all these messages, and there's these girls that I recognize their names, and they're asking my daughter to smoke pot, to do drugs, to do cocaine. Um, so I looked at it and I said, "Oh my God." I started crying. I started crying because I was like, is this really happening? I was sitting down, I was looking at it, I was like, is this really happening? Am I really reading this? So as I'm reading it, I'm going, no way, no way, there's no way. So anyway, that changed my life forever. So then I started saying, what is this? I confronted her. I said, what's going on here? What are you doing? You're with these people and what's happening here? So I quit my job. So I started being around her. I was like on top of her. After school, I couldn't control what she was doing in school. But after school, I would drive with my car, chasing her. I would just be all over the place after work. I would be like, where are you? Then she started getting angry because I was picking her up and all this other stuff. And the other people weren't being picked up. I said, I don't care. I said, I'm going to pick you up. Oh my God. So anyway, I had to send her to South Carolina eventually. So I called her uncle up. So this is what happened. I called her family up from South Carolina. And I said, look, my daughter's in trouble. She needs to change. Would you be willing to take her? Um, so, um, so then after that, I sent her to South Carolina. And I'm going to stop here because a lot of stuff happened in between then. So, because there's a lot of stuff that happened. So I just wanted to start my story with you guys and just let you know a little bit about the beginning. Okay, but I will continue tomorrow. Thanks.